Hey, how's it going? I am Merkaba18. Today I'm going to be doing another video in which I try to imagine a Rainbow Six Siege operator if they were ever implemented in Rainbow Six Extraction. As always with these, this is purely based on my imagination and nothing else. So let's have a little bit of fun with it. Just use your imagination. Like the video if you like what you see here. Comment below what you think I got right or wrong. Please be respectful as always. And just remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps me out immensely and it makes my day. I'm also live playing Rainbow Six Extraction Tuesday through Friday. We also play new releases. We have a lot of fun with viewers. So make sure to go check that out over on the Twitch channel at Merkaba18. Thank you so much for watching. And let's get right into it. So we got Valkyrie here today. And I think Valkyrie would be a very interesting addition to Rainbow Six Extraction because we don't really have anyone quite like her. Now, in Rainbow Six Siege, camera ops are very, very, very important. As you see a lot of them utilized at some of the top levels, all the way through the bottom levels of ranked. And camera ops, especially on defense, provide a lot of utility. And Valkyrie's one of the best, as far as I can tell, because of her ability to throw basically a camera anywhere. And a lot of the times you can't really see them unless you really, really look for them. And you can put them in some really cheeky spots. So intelligence gathering in Siege is really important. You be able to, especially on defense, know where your team is breaching from, all kinds of ranges of information. Even after you die, you're able to like spot out on cameras. Now, Valkyrie can deploy her cameras in places that are not traditionally seen, and players may not even know to look for them, especially even at the lower levels. And what will end up happening is if you go down or if you're trying to look for your opponent's breach, you can kind of see where they are, and anyone can access the camera just like they can any other camera in the game. So she's an invaluable operator in Siege, and she doesn't really have to be balanced the way that Siege does around the competitive gameplay. And I think she would be a really cool addition. So let me show you kind of what she does. So let's say, for example, we want to see if somebody is coming down these stairs, right? And we're all the way across over there, and we just need to see if anybody's coming down. By the time anyone gets down here to see that this camera's even here, if they even look all the way to the left, that you may think that's just a spot on the wall. You may not even notice it all. Some of the better players in the world will probably notice it or know where to look for it and that kind of thing. But you have to get all the way down and get in close to it in order to see it. I could imagine a world in which, for one, camera ops, there's a couple of different ones, and we're going to imagine each one as we go. This particular one, I can see sort of a direct translation. Valkyrie could probably just throw her cameras in that area right there, throw one right here, and then let's say all the way over here we have some sabotage towers. You can create an interface in which your whole team can access the camera, detect what kind of enemies are coming before they even get there. So set up, and as they expand the game, if there's like custom maps or if they introduce some sort of story mode, there's a way in which there's probably going to be new incursions where you're going to need to new information. One of the reasons you probably have not yet seen a camera op in the game so far is that they haven't really been able to figure out how to implement them perfectly. And a lot of the most of the objectives don't require any kind of static camera usage, but I can imagine a world in which it would provide a lot of information to your team. If you're, for example, if you're able to throw it really, really far, like let's say we're trying to, let me open up a breach here. So let's say we're all the way over here and I'm able to aim and shoot it like all the way over there where that LOS is, or my aim down sights is. If you were able to like throw it over there and then look at the camera, you could spot out the whole room and create sort of an intelligence gathering op there. I would imagine also with like custom maps or with challenges, there's certain ways in which you could create intelligence gathering for Archeans that are rushing from one side of the map to the other. So let's also say, for example, we have cleared all the way out here and we're getting ready to extract our rescue target, but we have howled since we picked them up, and we kind of need to know, is that area still clear over there? The camera could then be accessed by the whole team, and you can kind of see if there's any additional apexes over there or if they have spawned anything else, that kind of thing. I can also envision a world in which the cameras don't have to be static. They can sort of become a deployable drone. much like instead of taking up a gear slot for it with an XR drone, for example, you can deploy it and it'll roll across the floor, and then you can steer it just like an XR drone. So one of the things that you may end up seeing eventually with Siege or with Extraction is that some of the gadgets that you have, you can free up spots by having ops that take that as well. So like Lion is sort of a direct replacement at the moment for an XR drone, except that it detects movement and it doesn't automatically scan everything. But in this particular case, I think you could take a case of the camera moves and maybe you get more than one of them. You can deploy them on the floor, you can deploy them on the ceiling, whatever it is. And now you no longer need to bring an XR drone. And if Valkyrie isn't in that week's Maelstrom, you take an XR drone. So there's a way in which you don't have to directly replace it. It just becomes a thing that an op can do. And then you can expand that out and make it useful in other ways so that, let's say, instead of just scanning it, maybe you can harass them with a little bit of a ping, or shock an Archie instead of like alerting them. You try to like shock a certain area. Let's say there's a bunch of Archies right here. You shock them and it goes down over there, and they get distracted and move over here, so that you can move across without being spotted. So there's a number of different ways camera ops can be implemented in the game. I think part of the reason you haven't seen it yet is that you have classes like Lion and Pulse, and to a lesser degree IQ, who can spot certain things, and you don't really need it yet. I just think it's a different way of doing something that's already there and sort of can become a direct replacement for some of the things. So what do you guys think? What do you think Valkyrie would do differently than some of the ops that are already in Extraction? What do you think that she would look like if they ever added her? Please let me know in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you again for the next video.